Okay, so we've got our stand-up. First up, we've got just an announcement about issues. So issues in GitHub, not issues. Yeah, issues in GitHub. Blake offered to take team members through how to create those, and so we're going to set up a meeting outside of this meeting to go through that. Basically, it's part of the handover process. So as you guys transition away from the project, it's just an important step in that process. So we're going to set something up with the teams that haven't done that yet, and Blake is going to help us with that, right, Blake?
Yes, I can definitely help.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. Okay. The other thing is that tomorrow we need, so initially it had been scheduled that we have Mike demo the default with the consumer debt form on Thursday, and it was half hour for that and then half hour for, I think it was the marriage without delay. Would that be correct? Was that Aubrey, Blake? No. There was another one that we maybe it was Nick and Jack. But my team is unavailable on Wednesday. They're in Lance is in DC and Addie is time difference. So we're trying to find a different time for that to happen. So is there anybody who needs to get some review or feedback on Wednesday that could step in there? Otherwise, what we'll do is we'll do the pet protection form. Kate, if you're available for that.
Wednesday is in tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow from 11:45 to 1.
Before the stand-up? Yeah, that's fine.
Quarter to 1.
I have something at like 2:30, but before is fine.
So,
I sorry if I can just interrupt. I just remember that I actually have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I can't do the run through.
So you can do it on Thursday though, right?
Yeah, Thursday should be fine.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so Thursday will be you for half an hour, whatever.
I'm never available I'm not really available Thursdays if you need.
Okay, no, we're doing consumer debt on
okay, cool.
Thursday.
I don't care about that.
Wednesday I mean you do care, but like so we'll do the pet protection one tomorrow. I just need to specify with Alex kind of what his availability is like. It's going to be the first review, and I think there's going to be a lot of work to be done on that form.
Just to clarify, Maeve, you said 1:45, and I think Kate's still under the impression that it's 11:45.
I am still under that impression. So it's 1:45?
Yes, which wasn't convenient if I understood.
That is convenient. I just have something at 2:30. So 1:45 is fine. But I am glad I know that it is 1:45.
We're gonna have a hard stop at at 2:30. 2 because I don't know because Zoom fatigue and just we're not going to get the best out of people. So 2 will be our hard stop, and we can give Alex some things to work on. So that's what we'll be reviewing on Wednesday, and then I'll speak to my Addie and Lance and try and get a time for us to do the civil action cover sheet. I'm thinking Monday next week when they're back in the office ish. Okay, so back to the normal format. Sam's first on my screen. I know that Mark is doing the MPRE. I think it's today.
I think it's tomorrow for him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Eric and Sam, what's the update from you guys?
Yeah, so we're still working through everything. Most of them are cleared up, and if not cleared up, they're being, I don't know, at least taken up by Eric and Mark and I at the moment. I have no questions. I'm just kind of working through some stuff. Eric, I know you're working on checkboxes as kind of like the new function.
Yeah, I'm a little stuck trying to set there are any list variable based on the checkbox outcome. So I was going to post a question about that in the code channel.
Yeah, always do that. That's a really good idea. Post in the code channel. And then, Michelle, do you think we're going to take the full hour for the Teaching Tuesday today? You're muted.
I'm muted. Maybe not. Partially depends on what there is and if people want to ask questions at the start.
Right.
So if we want, we can try and. But when do we want to aim for?
Well, no, I was just asking if there is going to be time. Then perhaps Eric and Sam we can deal with that question.
Oh, sure. We might be able to just do that at the beginning.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So we can try and get through that because I'd like to see a second one from you guys sooner than later to catch anything that needs to get fixed. Because I'm just acutely aware that. Sorry.
I'm just going to change that and say let's do that at the end because I know me. So forget what I said, but we'll try and get to that at the end for sure.
Okay. Otherwise, failing that, put it in the code channel and then we can solve it like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Mike. Consumer debt and housing. The motion to vacate the default. I think we were waiting on Caroline for language on one of those.
For both of them, but she gave me the consumer default one, so I'm making those edits right now.
No, don't do that. I don't think. Don't do that. I think we need those for the Teaching Tuesday. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So I pushed.
Oh, Caroline, your
2
connection is.
PRs.
Caroline, your
So
connection.
that Michelle has.
Yeah, Caroline, you might.
No, right.
Caroline,
Terrible.
you might want to get rid of your video. Maybe that'll help the bandwidth. Yeah.
It hasn't, has it?
It says a little.
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
For now.
It's been terrible all morning, and I'm ready to drive to Andover, and I've got messages. So I was almost not. I'm here. I'm not going to say anything.
No. You can just type it, and I'll read it out loud. You know.
Okay. Okay.
I think what Caroline was saying though was that she's pushed 2 PRs. She's made 2 PRs on Mike's thing, and we're going to use that as an example today on the Teaching Tuesday.
Aren't you excited, Mike? Yeah.
So don't touch it yet. Okay, so we'll deal with that. We'll deal with those basically in the Teaching Tuesday, and then Thursday we'll do a demo for the consumer debt default, I think it is, and just see how, as you said, it's a relatively simple interview. I know that you were doing the COVID one now as well. Is there anything you need from us in that thing? Mike, you don't?
Oh, sorry. Thought I was unmuted. No, I'm good.
Okay, so I mean, do you think would it be possible for both of those to be shown on Thursday? Because they're essentially the same form but different. I understand that one's for the COVID situation and one's not.
Yeah, I'll see how far I get with the COVID one.
Okay. So the goal is to show the first one, the normal time one, and then if you're far enough or whatever, we can go through the second one as well.
Sure.
And then with the motion to vacate default judgment in the housing, you're just waiting for that language that Caroline's done, and we'll get through the PRs today and the Teaching Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay, because I think that one's probably ready to get submitted to court. I think, I mean, even without the language. Caroline, what do you think about the language? We can submit to court for checking without those language changes, can we not?
Yeah. I think we still need to check it with Gordon. But I think we can send it to the court.
Yeah, it was my understanding that that's the position that it was in, that these minor changes were not pivotal, that we could make them after submission anyway.
I'd kind of like Gordon, if he has a chance, I'd kind of like him to just cruise through it a little once. And I think that it needs a little bit more. But
before being sent to the court or before.
I think I put them, given some of the stuff that's happened in the last week, it might make sense to have Gordon look at it one more time before we send it to the court.
Okay, so if you could.
I don't think it'll take him long. He's very quick, so I can just send it to him and say, is this okay? Okay, perfect. So then we can technically send that to court this week, right? Hopefully, yeah. By the end of this week. Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so then Aubrey, Blake, and Matt, how are you guys doing?
We're good. We're gonna return to working on testing this morning and maybe aim to release testing to later in the week.
Okay.
But other than that, Matt and Blake have been getting a lot of documentation down for the forum because we're all kind of dispersing at the end of the week. So it's been good. It's at the end of this week that everyone's pulling that. I'm jumping up Friday, but then Lit Lab, so I'll be coming back in some degree. And then I think Blake and Matt are done in the middle of next week.
Is that when everybody's done in the middle of next week?
I don't know. We have next week.
Raise your hand if you're going to be done in the middle of next week, or use an emoji or something. That would be you, Aubrey, for example.
No, I'm done this week, but I'm coming back.
Right, in the middle of next week, right?
Okay, so Jason is off middle of next week. Matt. Blake, are you staying on a little bit longer?
I'm also going to be off on Wednesday of next week. I raised my hand, but it took me a second to find the feature.
Okay, cool. And then the other students, are you the following week? Just raise your hand if it's yes. Following week, Mike's staying on. Eleni and James and Mia. Okay. Eleni and James, when are you off?
Yeah, I think I have next week. I can do next week too.
Okay.
He can do next week, so he's not off next week.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to do the thumbs up.
You will be here next week.
Completely sure yet, because.
Okay. Sorry, Eleni?
Sorry, I'm not completely sure yet because I'm going to be in Quentin's class in the fall.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So anyone who's in the lab will be starting back right when classes start. Anyone who's in either Quentin's class or my class will probably have about 6 weeks before they come back into here.
And if you're continuing, you're welcome. I mean, so the reason for my class is
true.
You have the whole semester to do your final project, but kind of don't expect people to have it chosen till a few weeks in. But if you already know, that's okay. You just get your project done faster.
So much more time for activities. Okay, so I got completely sidetracked there. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's why Aubrey and Blake and Matt are prioritizing issues right now. Okay, got it. So testing the rest of the week, and Aubrey, we lose you at the end of this week, and then you're coming back, right? But the thing is, for me, your interview feels like it's at the submission to court stage. I feel like we were waiting for one last thing from the actual court jurisdiction from, I want to say, Katie Milton?
Yes, and she actually replied to me yesterday, and this form can be used for both. And then, so we just had a few other changes, more to clean up, but we could probably demo it later in the week. I just haven't gotten to that. Yeah, because
so
we kind of.
With that, then I'd say that you guys are because the testing can run in parallel to the submission to court, right? So I would say that at the point that I've seen it, then I would say that yours is at the same stage as like the housing. Once the language fixes have been made to the housing, then you can submit that to court as well.
Okay.
So those two forms are in my opinion, and then also probably Mia and Vinny. Okay, Vinny's off because he's got MPRE. Mia, where are you guys at?
So I've just been working on the thing for the 209A this morning, but our form, the generic motion form, the MVP version without the review screens is like ready to go, except it needs to wait. It's fully tested. It just needs to wait for basic questions to be updated so that the impoundment text can appear on the cover sheet.
Okay, perfect. So you're waiting on us for something there. But I think that for court submission, can I ask, have you made an issue for that? Do you know about the issues yet? Or
yes, I did make an issue in GitHub.
Okay, perfect. So I think that then for that, we've got those 3 forms that are ready to go. I wouldn't say that that basic questions thing is a holdup, particularly because you made an issue for it, so it's not going to get lost in the weeds, and because I don't think it's vital for the court to see that. I'm not sure if maybe I might be wrong. David, Quinton, what do you think? You're fine? Okay. So great work, guys. This is looking good. So between you and Vinny, Mia, what else is there for you guys to do on this interview?
I would suggest running a couple tests with it at least to make sure that it still passes the old ones, the ones that were like most tricky perhaps, because you did have to change the code to take out the review screens.
I did that yesterday.
Oh, and tested it and stuff? Wow.
Yeah.
Never mind then. All right.
I didn't have other testers test it, but I went through it myself to like make sure it was still like functioning. It wasn't like erroring.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So then Jason, James, and Eleni. I just wanted to, Eleni just messaged me and asked if Friday could be, what was it, next Friday or this Friday? Next Friday. Next Friday. I'm not too sure. Yes, Michelle?
Sorry, before we move on, I am sorry. We can, deja vu, assign Mia to Mia's team. Sorry, I don't know. I can't see Vinny here. But
he's on MPI.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, if you have nothing to do, we have stuff for you to do.
So Mia's currently doing the research for the 209A, but I think that you guys said that you're going to be finished today, maybe tomorrow morning latest.
Yeah, and then I was planning on going back to do like the non-MVP version of the generic motion form and finish doing the review screens if that is preferable for, or like I don't know.
Maybe going on to Finola and Sinead's form, the notice of limited appearance, and getting that to the stage of MVP if it isn't already there, would be preferable, so that we have more forms
available.
Yeah, at the MVP stage.
Okay.
So I think that's probably where we'd go instead. So why don't you ping us when you're finished with the 209A research? One, because it'll be interesting to see it, and two, because then we can then guide you in terms of the notice of limited appearance.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Perfect.
And then Quentin, you had mentioned you could help with the pushing the Finola, like for people getting it to the test. You wanted to write
installing on the test server. Yeah, I'd love to help someone do that, so then we can have it like really well documented how.
Okay, perfect. So that'll be a part of the steps, yeah. Great work. Okay, so then Jason, James, and Eleni. So Eleni, your last day next Friday, is that right? Quentin and David, I'm not sure if that's...
They'll know better than we will, because everyone's here through different times.
Right,
so
okay.
I think, yes, everyone has different responsibilities they're fulfilling.
So it's when... Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like tentatively, can I just have it for next Friday, and then as next week comes, like, I don't know, I can stretch it out or something, but I just like, you know what I mean? Just because classes are starting and I don't want to have too many things on my plate.
Yeah, that seems entirely reasonable.
Yeah.
So and we can talk more offline too if you want to talk more about specifics.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So then in terms of your complaint for contempt, I know you guys have done your first demo. Would you be comfortable? How is the progress going post review?
It's going really well. Jason made it really cool, and I think you'll be excited to look at it.
Okay, thank you. I'm excited. So why don't we do complaint for contempt? That's a family law form. Am I correct?
Yeah.
If Alex isn't available tomorrow in the slot for the review, then can I ask you guys to do it then? And I'm actually thinking now, it might actually be better to have you guys do it then, and then I'll schedule Alex another time when Kate's also available, because then you guys are on the call already, and I don't have to try and wrangle Alex to come on that call. So would you guys be ready for a demo tomorrow? Is that too soon?
Can we get back to you on that?
Do you need to confer with your learned co-counsel?
Yes.
Jason's just like unmuted and then muted again. Okay, can you guys ping me? Either way, Jason, do you want to speak?
Yeah, well, I think we had talked about doing it Thursday originally, right?
Is that who was going to do it on Thursday?
I think, yeah, in yesterday's stand-up, we were going to do like Thursday in addition to the other group.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, well then, yeah. If you guys are ready on Thursday, then let's do that. We'll have Mike for 30 minutes and you guys for 30 minutes. Okay. Oh, but no, that's not great because Kate's not here on Thursday.
What time were you planning on Thursday? Sorry.
Just after stand-up, so.
Yeah, that's when I have my like unit meetings.
Would it be possible to do it tomorrow? Is it going to put you guys under a lot of pressure to get it up to kind of where you want it to be?
I think we should be able to do it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll just this afternoon, tomorrow morning, try and fix things that need to be fixed, and we'll let you know if we get that all accomplished.
the other thing to bear in mind is that it doesn't have to be perfect by the time you're demoing it. You can easily say, this is something this is how we're going to do it. So that's something to bear in mind as well. It doesn't have to be running perfectly for the demo.
All right, then yeah, I think, yeah, we could confer as a group, but I think tomorrow could potentially work then.
Right, I'll await your response and we will go from there. Kate, I'll also be in touch with you regarding where we go with that. Okay, so that is everybody. Today's like a long time. Does anybody else have anything they need to raise before we go into Teaching Tuesday? Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.